What makes you happy these days? For me, it's taking walks. Being able to take a leisurely stroll in this perfect weather, not too hot, not too cold, is one of life's great blessings. And just through the act of walking, I feel like I'm giving my mind and body the gift of relaxation. Now, I recommend walking at a slightly slower pace if you can. That way you can enjoy the beauty of the ever-changing seasons and get into the habit of taking in your surroundings wherever you go. I am your Culture Crunch DJ, Sujung, and it is Wednesday, the day I bring you live music, offering you some relaxation, just like going on a walk. So get ready to go on a walk with me right now as we listen to our first song. This is 가을 하늘, Autumn Sky by 유리상자.
그댄 아침이여라 나는 바람이여라 파란 하늘 내려와 그대 뺨에 불고 싶어라 가을 하늘이 좋아라 나는 좋아라 그냥 봐도 좋더라 이런 날엔 그대와 둘이서 사랑하고 싶어라 그댄 노을이여라 나는 구름이여라 석양빛에 물들어 그대 품에 쉬고 싶어라 가을 하늘이 좋아라 나는 좋아라 그냥 봐도 좋더라 이런 날엔 그대와 둘이서 사랑하고 싶어라 밤이 내려 그대 눈가에 별이 맺히면 곱게 띄워줄 강물이 되리 가을 하늘이 좋아라 나는 좋아라 그냥 봐도 좋더라 이런 밤엔 그대와 둘이서 별을 해고 싶어라 가을 하늘이 좋아라 나는 좋아라 그냥 봐도 좋더라 이런 날엔 그대와 둘이서 사랑하고 싶어라 사랑하고 싶어라
The background music to my life, the playlist of my life, feast your ears on the live performances and stories of musicians who just can't imagine a life without music. This is Tune In Time. And today we are joined by a guest whose voice is pretty much perfect for this time of year. We welcome singer-songwriter Leejean to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. It's so good to have you. This wasn't on purpose, but you're my second guest on this Tune In Time segment. And we also have a bit of a connection from the past.
We do, yes.
We do, yes. First of all, though, do you want to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Hello, everyone. My name is Leejean, and I have debuted last year at March, and I am still active as an artist, and I am trying to write more better music to put out to the world. Thank you.
Wow. Just from her speaking tone, isn't it amazing, guys? I can't wait to hear her live performances later. Now, as I said in the opening, we have a bit of a connection. We met at a recording studio where I was helping out with some background vocals for your, I think what turned out to be your debut single. Is
Yes,
that right?
it did.
Tell our listeners a little bit about that.
So we met when I was recording my first EP song called Old School Love, and did the background vocals, yes.
Yes.
So that's when we first met.
Yeah. And I remember when I met you at the time thinking, oh, you must have grown up in a Western country because, I mean, your conversational English is just so good, but also, and we were talking about this in the song break, like the way you pronounce your English when you sing, it's different to just normal conversational English, and it was just 100%, almost like a kyopo.
Thank
I was
you.
like 1,000% she must have spent some time abroad, but did you spend any time abroad, I believe?
No, actually, I've learned English here in South Korea, and I've been living here all
amazing.
my life.
So you're born and bred Korean, and yet your English is just so natural. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. But also when I met you, you were, I heard your voice beforehand for the recording of
Yes.
Old School Love. So I was imagining this kind of mature, grown-up lady, and then I met with this bright-eyed, like kind of doe-eyed, fresh teenager. I mean, and you're still in your teens
I
right
am,
now,
yes.
right? But I remember back then you were a breath of fresh air. I remember being really, really shocked. And our listeners are super excited to have you on the show. I'm going to just read out a couple of comments. Well, I saw Leon Tio saying, super excited to be amazed by Leejean's live performance. She has such beautiful vocals. She does indeed. Ricky says, Leejean, I've missed you. Who else have we got? Mochi Yana Nana Panda says, super young yet super talented, Leejean. And Mochi seems to know a bit about your background. So let's talk about that. Mochi mentioned, I've attended Sing Again 3 tour in Ulsan, and listening to Leejean makes me feel so warm inside. Her smiling face is super soft and pure. Okay, so let's talk about this nationwide tour that you just wrapped up in
Yes.
August, I believe. That was the follow-up to the audition TV program that you
Yes.
were on. Can you tell us a bit about that? How was that? And
So I think I started the auditioning program at about last year, and it aired at around October.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. And then after that finished, we've been on a tour, the top 10 members, since March to about August.
Oh, that's a
this
long
year,
time.
yes.
That must have been
And we
tiring.
just finished.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So I feel like these shows, they're really highly emotionally charged. I'm not really, no, that's not true. I am a crier, but I was also on an audition program, and I remember just crying and wanting to cry all the time. But then afterwards also feeling a little bit empty, like I didn't know what to do next.
That's very true.
Do you feel like that at the moment? What would you say?
I think during the program, I really agree with what you felt. It was really hard, sort of sometimes, although I was really grateful of what happened. It was definitely emotionally difficult preparing for rounds and having to read feedback and comments.
Right.
But after it all finished, I think that's when it hit me. Like, this was a very important thing that happened throughout my life. And it helped me grow a lot as a person and as a singer. So I do think since I've been preparing every week almost, after it all just finished, it felt definitely a bit empty. Right.
But you were able to take a bit of a break because you must have been so busy.
Yes.
And what would you, so it was an important point in your musical journey, I would say, even though your musical journey, your career is just beginning still. What would be the biggest change that you found, say, in your voice or even in yourself before and after going on the program?
I think before I went on the program, I was mostly practicing by myself within my booth, and I didn't really have any external difficulties that I had to deal with.
Right.
So I think that in itself really made me sort of step outside more and reach outside of my boundaries. And also, in terms of music-wise, I think I learned how to deal with, for example, facing the camera, how to do things in front of the camera. So,
which is a really important aspect of being a recording artist as well, is not just being in the studio and, you know, getting lost in your own music. It's something you have to show the audience and connect with the audience as well, right? So let's get to know Leejean a little bit better then, guys. So let's talk about your debut album or single. I was a little bit confused on how it worked because I know Old School Love was your debut single, but then the following singles all had the same title of Ground Zero Chapter 1, is that right?
Yes.
So can you just explain for our listeners how that worked?
So I put out every single song for 7 days.
Yeah.
So those are all the songs that I put out. And we group them as an EP. So I call it my EP now.
Right.
So each song, some of them I wrote completely on my own. Some of them I've been working with other songwriters.
Yeah.
But that's my first EP, Ground Zero Chapter 1.
That's amazing. I love the style. It's kind of old school in keeping with the theme of your debut single. Like, I love that wax seal. Is that a wax seal?
Yes, it is.
That's so cool. Also, the colors just go so well with our program right now. Culture Crunch, green. And would you say there's like a transition in like musical styles? Was there a reason to the particular order that you released them in?
So I think, these are the orders of the songs that we recorded. So the Old School Love was the first one I recorded and we worked together.
Yeah.
And so yes, that's the order.
I see. Well, we're going to be listening to some live performances of some of these songs later on, so you guys can look forward to that. But I want to talk about the music videos as well. So I actually went into my streaming service, and when I saw the singles, there were 2 tracks on each one featuring Mr. Noah Lee, and he was just talking. I was a little bit confused, but then I went to watch the music videos and it was all explained. So tell us about the music videos. It was almost like an apocalyptic drama, almost.
So when we first made the concept for the music videos, we wanted to link environmental issues alongside the casual sort of atmosphere of the songs that I have put out.
Right.
So the setting of the music video is after a lot of pollution has happened. The world is sort of in an apocalyptic status. And
we're looking at the music video on the screen right now.
So each characters, we wanted to sort of play out their relationships or their situations throughout the lyrics of my song,
right,
to link together those topics.
And I believe you were really involved in the music video side of it as well. You were in it too as a storyteller?
I was in the music video for a tiny bit, but yes.
You left most of it to the professional actors. But it looks so good, so professionally made.
Thank you.
Were a lot of your ideas incorporated into the storylines, would you say?
Yes, I think me and my company really tried to incorporate our ideas together.
So are these kind of like pollution themes something you're very interested in? Is it an issue kind of close to your heart?
I think, yes, we sort of made this storyline because we wanted to tell our viewers about how important it is about the environmental issues that are happening right now.
Of course, and especially amongst young people, as yourself, it really is something that's going to be affecting us for the rest of our lives, right? So you're involved in the storylines, you're involved in these in the songwriting of some of your tracks as well. It must have been quite nerve-wracking presenting your stuff to the world. I mean, you did say you were kind of mostly in your room practicing by yourself, and then to come out and show everyone, this is Leejean, this is what I'm about. That must have been quite nerve-wracking.
It was. I think after I debuted, I struggled with where to go, what I should do.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you made such a huge splash. And I do think you showed a very kind of specific side of yourself. Like the tone, obviously, is such a big part of you. We'll talk more about that later. But also, was there a reason that you wanted to release, is it all your songs in English?
All my EP songs, they're all in English, yes.
And was there a particular reason for that?
As for the songs that I wrote, I used to cover a lot of pop songs on my guitar.
Yeah.
And by the time I started writing songs with my guitar, I think I was more used to writing things in English because that's what came to mind first.
Gotcha. And as I said, your pronunciation and even your tone, it just goes so well, I think, with the English language.
Thank you so much.
I'm actually really curious to hear what you'd sound like in Korean. So I'm gonna have to check out the TV show for that one, right?
Okay.
Okay, and I did see a comment earlier saying it feels kind of awkward to see Leejean without a guitar because all your covers are with your guitar, right?
Yes,
that right?
I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, and then we are going to be listening to a live performance very, very soon. Our listeners are super, super excited. Which song are you going to be singing for us first, Leejean?
Today, I'm going to be singing the song Secondary Option.
Okay, this is one of my, I mean, I'm a bit biased because, you know, I know and love your voice. So
Yes.
I was really hoping to hear Old School Love today. Very much biased there. But you have so many great songs on your EP. And I do remember Secondary Option being a really, really great one as well. So you co-wrote this one, am I correct?
Yes. So when I first wrote the song, I think I played it on my guitar, wrote the lyrics, and then after that, I got to collaborate with a producer, and he wrote the track for me. And I sang on top of it.
Ah, well, we can't wait to hear it. While you get yourself ready, you can get your in-ear. Let's have a look at how you can listen to Culture Crunch. Catch Culture Crunch on ARIRANG Radio at 11 a.m. KST every day. You can listen to our show via the ARIRANG Radio application, which you can download from your app store, or watch the program on ARIRANG TV. If you're in the Jeju area, tune in to 88.7 in Jeju City, 88.1 in Seogwipo City, or 101.9 in the Daejeong area. If you're in Busan, you can listen from BEFM 90.5, and in the Gijong, Noksan, Jeongwan areas, tune in to 103.3. You can also join us on our YouTube live stream. The channel is ARIRANG Radio K-pop. And if you miss any of these, don't worry. You can catch the radio rerun at 2 a.m. KST every day. Don't forget, there are exclusive episodes on Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. KST, only on ARIRANG Radio. Catch Culture Crunch on ARIRANG Radio at 11 a.m. KST every day. This is Tune in Time, and you guys are joining me, Sujung, and our guest for today, Leejean, who is going to be performing for us live. If you're ready?
Yes.
All right, here is Leejean with her live version of Secondary Option.
because you're alone. I know what you really mean, know that you don't want me seen. I wonder if my guess is right. Am I out of your sight? Can we stop the calling? I'm tired of all the talking. Reaching out to me for some company, company. You play with my emotions, well I don't play no games. I'm tired of always wasting it for you, yeah. I'm tired of always chasing after you, yeah. I'm tired of always texting after two. You don't wanna pick a fight, you just wanna play it nice. That's why you always apologize. But you made the same mistake. But I'm tired of everything, all the excuses that you bring. Now I'm done with asking you if we could talk. Can we just talk? Yeah. Can we stop the calling? I'm tired of all the talking. Reaching out to me for some company, company. You play with my emotions, well I don't play no games. And I'm tired of always waiting here for you. Chasing after you, yeah. I'm tired of always texting after two. And you, I fell for you without having a clue. Oh, I'm so done and I'm so through with you. But should you take my advice? We're through, yeah, I do. 1, 2, 3. And you, again, I think I've been chasing after you, yeah. 'Cause I've been chasing after you, I said you. Yeah, I've been looking. No, 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 yeah, no, no, no. I'm tired of always texting after two.
Oh my gosh. That was Secondary Option by the wonderful Miss Leejean. My ears are super, super happy right now, and I think the same goes for our listeners. There are so many comments. Oh my gosh, my heart is just fluttering. That is so amazing. I am going to read some comments. Benny says, wow, Leejean's voice is super amazing and the song is definitely a perfect mood booster. Leon said, already amazed right from the start. How can she sing so effortlessly yet sound so soulful at the same time? I was going to ask, how do you put on a voice like this first thing in the morning? Because, I mean, it's late morning already, but to us singers, to us performers, it's not really, wake up time for our voices until, I would say, a minimum 2 p.m., right? Absolutely amazing. Raoul says, good jazzy voice reminds me of Norah Jones or Joss Stone. That's very true. You do have some Joss Stone kind of elements to your voice. You have such good rhythm, I would say.
Thank you so much.
Like just the way you're on the beat and the way you play with it is just so amazing. So good. And I'm going to read one last comment. Let's see. CT says, when are you touring Australia? Any plans to get out there?
I really wish I could. I actually have a lot of friends from Australia since we have similar time zones. Mm-hmm. I wish I could tour there sometime.
I feel like you were a little embarrassed by some of the comments. Are you the type that gets embarrassed easily, would you say?
I think I'm a little shy when it comes to receiving compliments, but thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
Oh, that genuineness there. So secondary option then. This was one of my favorites and one that I was hoping you would sing today. Because I feel like with Old School Love and a couple of the other songs on the EP, you had these kind of bright mid-tempo songs, all very kind of rhythmic. But this one, it has a brightness, but it also has something a little bit mature as well. Is it something you were going for? Was that something that you were looking for in the development, say the storytelling of your EP?
I think I don't really. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I don't think I really had a certain direction I was trying to go for at the time I was writing the song.
Right.
But I think as I wrote comfortably, that's the sort of atmosphere the song gave out.
It just kind of flowed out naturally. And I'm sure as you're kind of recording your songs and releasing them, you yourself develop as an artist and as a person as well, right? So perhaps that's one of the reasons for your more mature sound. So let's talk about your tone then. I mean, it's something that must come up in every single interview, right? And a lot of your comments from your fans must be about your tone. It's such an interesting tone, one that's really hard to find in Korea, I would say.
Really?
I would say so.
Thank you.
So perfect for this kind of late morning, and I would say maybe an 8 p.m. post dinner as you're enjoying, some music over some wine, say. You must get a lot of compliments on your tone, right?
It's a bit embarrassing to say with my own mouth, but yes, I do
Own
sometimes,
it.
and I'm really, really glad that people like my tone.
But we can be our own harshest critics, right?
Yes,
and the way
definitely.
we listen back to our music and give feedback on our own voices. I mean, I know I'm really hard on myself. Would you say personally it's something that you're proud of?
I think I am also my harshest critic, and I'm always trying to better myself because I hear a lot of flaws within my own voice, but I think that's the process of trying to become a better singer.
Definitely. I think that's the mark of a great artist, or just someone who's geared for success or set up for success. If you're just happy with where you are all the time, then there's no improvement, no movement, right? So any tips for maintaining this husky voice of yours?
My voice actually goes bad most of the times because I have a husky tone, and I think it goes hoarse very easily. So I think my best advice in maintaining, your condition is to just take a rest when you need to.
When you need to.
Yes,
I'm sure that wasn't easy while you were on tour, though.
Right, because I had every week I had to prepare for something, but.
And then, or it's not easy when you're coming in and singing at 11:22 in the morning.
No, but I'm so grateful to be here.
But I think this morning time sort of works for you as well. That kind of hoarse. I just got here. I'm kind of chill. That kind of butter wouldn't melt in my mouth kind of feel. So this thing, so not only your style of singing, but I would say the music that you write and put out as well. It kind of has this, I'm going to use your title, old school cool feel to it. Yes. So I'm really curious what kind of music you grew up listening to and how that affected your musical growth.
I think I listen to a lot of genres of music. So mostly when I was a kid, my mother, she's also very interested in music, and she used to listen to a lot of acoustic songs.
Okay.
I think that is one of the main reasons why I decided to pick up the guitar, since I was really used to the sound of it. But I think I've listened to a ton of music without really a certain genre that I preferred the most.
So you kind of listen to a very eclectic range of music,
Yes.
and you just kind of picked up the bits and pieces.
Yes.
That's so cool. So what kind of music would you say was your mother's favorite and that you might have been inspired by?
I think one of the songs that I remember my mom playing the most for me as a kid was the band Travis song's Closer.
Okay.
I think that sort of like warm guitar-y song sort of influenced me a lot as I grew up.
Wow. And you said, and you do a lot of covers on your guitar. Is that self-taught or did you learn from a young age?
When I first learned the guitar, I was about 12. I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
And since then, I kind of learned how to hold chords and cover songs. So I think that's when I kind of started picking it up.
Okay. As I said, someone said it feels awkward seeing you without your guitar. So we're going to have to invite Leejean back one day and ask her to bring her acoustic guitar this time. I'm actually really jealous of people who can play and sing at the same time. I never really learned the guitar properly, but I did learn the piano for a long time. Not jazz piano, which would have been more useful in my career, but like classical piano. But when I try and do two at the same time, either my hands or my voice just goes completely offbeat and it has no idea what it's doing. So it's absolutely amazing that you can do that.
Thank you. I think I struggle sometimes with playing the guitar and singing at the same time. Like more complex songs, like bossa nova ones. It's really hard to play that and sing at the same time.
I'm sure, like playing that rhythm on your guitar while doing something completely different with your voice. But it never looks awkward. You look like such a natural, like you were born with a guitar in your hands. I just want to read a couple more comments. Steve says, she has such a smooth and relaxing voice. I think a lot of our listeners are just, they were wowed by your singing voice, but even just listening to your speaking voice is making us all very calm right now. I love it. So you said you use your guitar to write mostly?
Yes, most of the time.
Okay, interesting. And would you say that there are any unexpected songs that kind of affect or influence your songwriting as well? Like you mentioned acoustic music, but also that you have an eclectic range on your playlist. Any songs that you'd recommend for our listeners?
There's a song that I've been listening to recently. I found it on a social media site.
Okay.
It's called See Through by Amelia Moore.
Okay.
I think it's an amazing song, and I think
I do love her voice.
I love her voice.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very amazing. I think I also like to listen to like a lot of R&B songs. They definitely sometimes influence the way I sing.
Right. Are there any more unexpected songs? Like, do you ever listen to bubblegum pop or like heavy metal or anything?
I actually listen to a lot of rock music
You
too.
do?
I love rock.
That's so interesting.
About last year, I was really obsessed with like AC/DC, so I listened to a lot of their songs.
Again, old school. I love it. Any plans to incorporate that into your own music?
I do love the rock genre, and I wanted to try it a couple of times, but I definitely think it's still a bit difficult for my voice to...
It would definitely be unexpected, but I'm sure there are elements of rock and other music that you listen to that, you can just take the essence and incorporate somehow into your music, because I feel like you can really just pull off anything with that old soul that you have. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not, but I feel this kind of old soul from you, very in contrast with your young, fresh look.
Thank you so much.
Also, I watched one of your covers where you were singing city pop as well, so that was a bit unexpected, but completely natural sounding too.
I think I love city pop and like the Japanese old city pop songs. I love the synth sounds they have and all the things they have incorporated in the song.
Right.
So I love the genre. I've
so
covered it once before.
Right. So that song selection was pretty natural for you. I can see it. And so you listen to a lot of music, and you did mention that you spent a lot of time in your room kind of practicing and writing and stuff. What else do you do in your spare time? Like,
I also
Leejean
love to paint and draw things.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. And I also like to play a lot of video games.
Okay.
And I like to write sometimes maybe, but that's about it.
So you're pretty good with your hands, presumably. But also you must have just so much creative juices within you that you're dying to get out, not only through your music, but through art and drawing and painting as well. Well, we'd love to see some of your drawings and paintings.
I would love to show you if I got the chance.
We'll have to get it for you guys one day. And this is a bit of a guess, but let's talk MBTI. I'm guessing you're an I. Is that right?
Yes. You're correct, yes.
What makes up the rest of your MBTI?
My MBTI is INTP.
INTP. That's an unusual one, isn't it?
Is it?
Maybe not. I'm surrounded by a lot of ENTPs actually. But I think INTP, you're possibly one of the first I've met.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really interested, you being, apart from the I element, I'm an ISFJ, completely the opposite to you.
every letter except I.
Except the I. So I'm really interested in how that might affect or influence your songwriting, because I think me being a J, that really plays into how I write.
Right.
I'm a little bit logical, a little bit mathematical about things, but I imagine you have a very different writing process.
I think I try not to box myself in like the MBTI stereotype, but I definitely do act like the stereotype most of the times.
You can't escape.
I think when I write songs, I don't really plan out for things, and I just do it whenever I feel like writing a song. So that is definitely something that I'm trying to fix, trying to be more planned and
I don't think it's something that you have to fix, though. I mean, as long as the end product is amazing, which it always is.
Oh, thank you.
Does it really matter how you get there? And the journey is part of it, right?
You're right.
It's part of the whole process. So whatever you're doing works. So I don't think that's a problem at all. Nothing you have to fix, for sure.
Thank you.
So does being an introvert, or you spend a lot of time on your own, you said, does that how do you reconcile that with connecting with your fans? Is that something that you find a little bit difficult?
I think when I'm on stage or when I'm interacting with my fans, I definitely sometimes do get a bit frightened of the stage or standing up in front of a lot of people. But every time I see my fans, they're really, really nice to me. And they're always so polite to me. So I think that fear sort of melts away when I'm talking to them. But yes, I am very introverted in real life.
But I mean, you said your fans are nice to you. I think that's just kind of a reflection of the type of person that you are. Because I don't know, whenever I see you, I'm like, oh, I just want to give her a hug. She seems so nice. I just want to buy her dinner and, listen to her voice all night. And then when you perform, you said you have stage fright. I wonder if this plays into it. I've heard that you have a bit of a routine where you shout hey and wave. We're going to bring it up on the screen. Oh, yes. Let's have a look on the monitor.
Hey.
Hey. So it's kind of like a hey, come join me. Hey, hello. Like a little gesture. Wow.
Time is running out, no need to take it slow. I'll step into your toe.
It's so funny. Like, you have this old soul voice, and then yet your image is just so young and fresh. I absolutely love that contrast that you have.
Thank
so
you
is this
very
something
much.
you do before every performance, like even on stage?
On stage, I don't really do the hey, but when there's a camera and I'm like filming a cover, I think I do the hey.
You do
often.
I feel like you could just do it on stage. You're at that stage in your life where you can get away with so many things. I would just go for it. So you do a lot of online covers, but it can't beat the thrill of meeting your fans in person, right? And being on the stage and getting that energy from your audience. Is it very different?
I have never been on a stage where, in front there were people who loved my music and loved me before. So I didn't really understand the sentiment back then when I used to just sing by myself.
Yeah.
But when I first got on the stage during the tour and I saw people cheering on for me, I think that's when I realized that like love from your fans really drives you to do better music and really push yourself.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Any memorable interactions that you've had?
I think I remember every single one that happened throughout the tour. When I finished the tour, got back on the bus, and like I waved bye to the fans.
Yeah.
And I actually keep every letter that they've sent me, so I read them sometimes when I feel really down or very like restrained from what I am doing.
Right, right. And it must give you a really big boost of energy, right?
It does.
Okay. And who would you say is kind of a role model in your career, whether that's songwriting or in your artist career? What would you say?
I think more recently it's been Clairo. So she's a female artist that I've loved since when I was about 12 or so. I first saw her on a social media throughout a music video she put out of her song called Pretty Girl.
Okay.
And then she had this very unique atmosphere, like with the way she filmed herself, like the way she wrote her music. And so ever since then, I think out of the female artists that I've seen before, I think she's been one of my biggest role models since.
And what kind of genre is Clairo?
I would say maybe indie pop.
Okay.
Sort of pop, indie pop.
I can see that. We have a question from Steve who says, do you have any R&B or jazz role models? 'Cause you do seem to have a lot of jazz elements to your singing style.
I love, there's this one R&B singer that I found on a streaming service before. His name is called Christian in Korea, I think.
Okay.
And I listened to a lot of his songs, but I think I would say maybe Too Good. One
Too
of his
Good?
songs
Okay.
is very amazing. He's one of my biggest R&B role models because his songs are amazing.
And is it mostly music that you find yourself being inspired by to write, or is it like, do you go out and take walks, for example, or what really inspires you to write?
Most of the times, I think it's when I hear a song that I like so much that it sort of motivates me to write a song that is as good as I am hearing. Like,
As some of your role models.
Or
Yeah.
like you said, sometimes I would go outside or like I would look at certain sceneries and feel the motivation to suddenly write a song.
All those creative juices within you, you let them pour out. Okay, I think it is time to listen to another song. So which one have you prepared for us this time?
I have prepared the song different for you guys.
I love this one. I was really hoping you would do this. Because you performed this on the show, right? As you
I
were
did.
revealing your identity. What was the reaction?
It was, I think, a lot of people were surprised that my song was in English. I think,
Right.
first of all. And I just thought that out of all the songs in my EP, Different was one of the most suitable songs that I could put out during, the identity revealing
Right.
stage.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And I think it was the perfect song just because I love old school love, obviously, and some of your brighter works, but this really showcases what you can do with your voice. And at such a young age, I feel like this was the perfect reveal song. And you wrote the lyrics for this one yourself.
I did, yes.
Yeah. Is there a story behind the lyrics?
This song also, I don't think I really thought of anyone as I sang this, but it was more of like a situation that I sort of resonated with. Like I always feel like sometimes I'm not really that good enough for certain good things to be happening to me.
Yeah.
But then again, I was grateful for those things to happen. So I think it was sort of that emotion that I tried to convey through the lyrics of the song.
Well, while you get ready, for your second live performance. We shall talk about different. So this one is the one that Leejean sang during the reveal of her identity on the singing audition program that she was on. And I really think it showcased her kind of husky voice, which is a bit of a trademark, I would say. So we are meeting the artist behind the music right now, discovering a different side of Leejean today. Do you like what I did there? So if you're ready, you're ready? Okay, so here once again is Leejean with her live performance of Different.
Always feeling outcasted, but that's when I find people like you glowing amidst the crowd, like seen and then going away. So when I started standing this shining oh so bright, I lost a piece of me looking at your bright lights. Maybe we could stay far. It's so great, but I'll change when I'm with you. 'Cause when I'm with you I feel different, like feathers lifting me up from the ground, tearing me down and you take me away in your arms. You were so lovely and I can't help but be sorry. Keep me at distance, don't let my shadow lurk on top of your head, and just trust me, this is for better. You know me better than anybody, so trust me, baby. So run away from me. Never ever felt this way before. Used to be afraid you changed me. Your smart so bright it's making me feel helpless, and I think you changed me for life. You're putting the shine on my face. I ain't so great, but I'll change when I'm with you. 'Cause when I'm with you I feel different, like feathers lifting me up from the ground, tearing me down and you take me away in your arms. You were so lovely and I can't help but be sorry. Keep me at distance, don't let my shadow lurk on top of your head, and just trust me, this is for better. You know me better than anybody, so trust me, baby. So run away from me. So run away from me. So run away from me.
So good. I feel so warm and fuzzy inside, don't you guys? That was Leejean's Different. Leejean is our guest today for Tune In Time. So many comments once again. Leon says, I'm going to listen to her whole discography after this, loving her vocals and music so well.
Thank you.
Siska says, another awesome performance. And Benny says, her powerful voice is super amazing. I love how you have this, you have a power to your voice, but then when you end your good toddies, like how you end your phrases, it's really light and fluttery, and it makes me feel all giggly and all gooey inside. I absolutely love it. So I think you gained a lot of new fans in our listeners today.
Yay!
All right, so time for our little mini segment as well. This is called Secret. It's in the name, shh, and secret. So we're going to take it a cappella, no music, just the artist Leejean and her voice. So our listeners, if you want to get your earphones or headphones ready to really be wowed by Leejean's voice once again, which song are you going to be singing a cappella for us today?
I wanted to sing the song called She Moves.
She Moves,
Yes.
okay. Why this one?
Out of all the songs that I have currently on my EP, I think it sort of went along best with like the ASMR kind
Okay.
of quiet atmosphere.
All right. Can't wait. Listen closely, guys, if you're ready. Take
Okay.
it away.
'Cause she's so fun, she blows my mind, and it's good times when she walks by. She's like the waves in the ocean. That girl, she moves. With the wind in her hair, she be floating. That girl, she moves. And I can't stop thinking about every little thing she do. Like the waves in the ocean. That girl, she moves.
My goodness. Every single time I am given the goosebumps by this girl. Absolutely love it. All right, so what's up next for you? What are your plans for the rest of this year as an artist, as a person?
Currently, I am trying to write more songs to release in the future, in the near future.
Okay,
So-
can't wait.
Yes.
So we'll be
writing
hearing more
songs.
music from you very soon, hopefully.
Hopefully, yes.
Can you say when or not yet?
Not quite yet.
Not quite
but
yet.
Soon.
Okay, very,
hope.
very soon. Okay, and we ask all our official Tune In Time guests this official question as well. If you were a food, Leejean, what would you be?
I think if I were a food, I would be a Korean dish called Sujebi.
Sujebi, okay. Why is that?
The noodles in the Sujebi they're very soft, and the dish itself is like sort of a Korean comfort food.
Yes, very much
It's not
so.
too salty. It doesn't have like a strong flavor, and I think it's overall very warm. So I think that went along well with my voice, sort of
Definitely.
comforting. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, very warm, very soft, kind of fluffy, but it has bite as well. It has substance, and it always makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. So what a great comparison. Well, thank you so much, Leejean, for being with us today. Sadly, that is all the time we have for. But do you want to say a final goodbye to our listeners?
Well, thank you so much, first of all. It was an honor being here as the second guest.
Yes.
I was really excited to be on here. And I'm also very, very glad that I got to sing some of my songs for you today. And as for the people that are cheering me on, my fans, thank you so much. I love you.
Thank you so much for being with us as our second guest on Tune In Time, Leejean. I also have a quick notice for you guys. ARIRANG Radio is conducting a survey with Gallup Korea to hear your opinion about ARIRANG Radio. If you're a domestic or foreign listener residing in Korea, please join our online survey. Let us know your ideas, and your opinions will be very useful for ARIRANG Radio to provide better contents and services. You can participate via our website, arirangradio.com, by clicking the banner on the left side of the player, and also through ARIRANG Radio app as well. That is it for Culture Crunch today, guys. I'm going to leave you with Leejean's wonderful voice once more. We are playing her debut single that I also feature on, by the way, Old School Love. And I shall see you again, my Culture Crunchies, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Bye-bye.
Old school, old school, old school, yeah. I don't like the way he only calls when it's 2 a.m. I don't like the way he say he only wanna be friends. If you wanna see me, then you better make up. baby, all